Hello there. Hopefully this is working okay. Been a little while. I'm gonna make this pretty quick because I'm on my lunch break right now. Just decided I wanted to put a YouTube video up other than the Joust chatting one because I haven't done one in a while. Reasons for that: new job, got COVID, been lazy. Combination of all those three things have been a bit of a pain in my ass. But I'm thankfully pretty recovered now. Thank you for all the kind words that everybody's given me over the time. Wished me well. It's been good, yeah. Anyway, some news came out about the SWC format, dates, broadcast schedule, etc. I figured I'd do a little chat about that, as well as just talking about the upcoming games this week. Can you believe we only have 3 more weekends of Smite before we're into the group stage section of Phase 3? Wild. It's gone pretty quick. Anyway, let's not wait around too much because I gotta get back to work. So let's have a look at this. Okay, let's just go through the thing. You know the thing. October 9th, Smite Challenger Circuit wildcard. Very, very soon. So I believe this is where the SOC maybe in bot. Well, let's read through it. Anyway, I just go through it. Number 4 seed SEC teams play against the top SOC teams. Top SOC singular team, rather, to see who qualifies into the SEC playoffs. So that's all that happens there. I don't know. I know one of the teams in Europe from the SOC is pretty good. I know Vaporish, Coast, and that lot step down. I'm not sure what the case is in NA. So I have no idea how this is going to go. SCC and EU, at least, has just been crazy this year in terms of roster changes. Very unstable. And I think the fact that SCC teams have realized they can no longer make top 4, stepping down into the SOC to get a second chance to qualify, probably indicates there's some kind of problem in the format there. But that's probably a whole other video. Anyway. Then we got the playoffs. This is to allow the SCC or non-SPL teams to qualify to Worlds, I believe. And EU will be online. NA will actually be in studio. So that's cool. And the top 2 teams will go to the SWC placement round. Cool. And how does that work? It's double elim. 4 teams, top 3 SEC plus the winner of that 4th place SEC versus 1st place SOC matchup. BO3 to the final and a little bit of prizing for the team. That's pretty nice. A little 6K per player to the top place team. A little bit less if they have a coach, but yeah, not a bad little cash cow there. I believe that Elysium are in as number 1 seed in the EU. Again, I've not been paying that much attention to NA this phase. I apologize. I'm sorry, NA pals. But that's just the way it goes. Anyway, again, broadcast schedule 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th. So 4-day event. A 4-day event. It's longer than Worlds. That's it. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Anyway, SWC placement round mid-December. Then we're up to Christmas. We'll have the top 2 teams coming out of this. The top 2 teams from the SPL Phase 3 playoffs will automatically be seeded into the SWC main bracket in semi-finals, I believe. The other teams enter the placement round, where SCC and lower seed SPL teams must fight for the remaining seats in the Smite World Championship bracket. There you go. There's the teams that are in it. The 6 remaining SPL teams and the top 2 from EU and top 2 from NA circuit playoffs. So we'll get 4 semi-pro teams competing in this, which is good. That's cool. Like to see them get opportunities, and for the players based in Europe who are still doing great work, you know, guys like Trixtank and Adapting who could definitely compete at the top level if the league wasn't moved, get their opportunity to prove they can still cut the mustard, which is cool. Broadcasting will be 14th to 19th. Okay. Damn, it's a lot of matches. Group A and B finals. So it's groups. So they pick the groups. 3rd and 4th seed get to pick the groups. Sorry, I'm not that prepped for this video. So there will be some kind of a group drafting process where the 3rd and 4th seed SPL teams get to pick, in some sort of snake format, I'm sure, which teams go into their group. And then, yeah, those groups will play off, and the top team in each group will qualify for Worlds. And then the loser of finals versus the winner of the 3rd place matches, I guess, have some kind of, they qualify also. Interestingly, that's a bit hard to follow, honestly. That's the way I read it. And then we got Worlds. Online, once again, being broadcast from the studio. In case you hadn't heard that. This bit we'll go over in a second. 400,000 in prizing. Initially, they've decided it's going to be broken down among 2 teams. There's already chat that that will not be the case. I'll go over that in a minute. Seeding. First seed, SPL Phase 3 playoffs winner and SPL Phase 3 playoffs runner-up. They both got a bye to the semi-finals. And first seed gets to choose who they play. Or gets to choose which quarterfinal they play the winner of. So there you go. That's what we got. And that's going to be, sorry, this is the 6th and 9th? Yeah, 6th and 9th of January. And the 6th doesn't have any games. So it's actually a 3-day Worlds. Which I'm disappointed about. I won't lie. Okay, I read that. I fixed my white balance, by the way. My cam should be looking a bit better. What? This isn't where I was. Don't look at my Twitter. I thought I had this tweet up. My bad. I was going to talk about Venom being garbage. No. So Coop has already sent out a little tweet here. If you don't know who Coop is, he is the league lead admin, league operations manager. There you go. So he makes a lot of the decisions around SPL format and stuff like that. And he said already they feel like they've made a mistake with the prizing and they're rolling back on it. It was a little, if I was a little bit less charitable, I would say, like, why have they released the decision and then immediately they get feedback seconds after they put it out and they're like, well, I guess we're going back on that. Why not just seek the feedback before? Or, I mean, a very much less charitable version of me would say, maybe that was their plan. You know, they're showing that they're pliable and that they're willing to change for the fans and also detract from any other complaints people might have about the bracket and the way things are going to work. Distracts from that. People are focusing on the prize money. I think only having prize money for top 2 is just silly. Glad it's changing. I mean, don't put to malice what you can put to... I was going to use the word incompetence. It's not a very pleasant word to use, is it? Don't put to malice what you can put to silliness. So, yeah, I'll probably say that wasn't the case. But... be funny if it was. I just think like they were pretty quick to run this back. Like as soon as the announcement came out, I assume the pro players were like, "What the heck?" And they're like, "Yeah, that is dumb." And then they immediately rolled it back. So yeah, the one thing I'd say I'm disappointed about, once again, 2nd year in a row, Worlds format doesn't feel like a bigger tournament than any of the other tournaments over the year, other than the stakes. If that makes sense, there's nothing to differentiate it from playoffs other than the fact that there's more money on the line, which disappoints me. I know there's a lot of qualifying that goes into it, but the actual event, the actual 3-day event, I think is a little bit underwhelming. I would much prefer it to be double elim or to have some more teams, you know, just skip the bye, just put 8 teams in, do 4 quarterfinals. Why not? It's not like they have to rent somewhere to have the event. It's happening in studio. I know that there's stuff to be said about production and casters and stuff like that. Maybe struggling for time and that being a long, grueling weekend. But one long, grueling weekend a year, I don't know. I think it's reasonable to expect Worlds to be, you know, the winning team of Worlds to have won more than 6 games. For me. That's my complaint about Worlds rather than the prizing. I mean, prizing doesn't affect me, so I don't care. Although I would say, yeah, probably give the teams that qualify a little bit of money at least, you know. Yeah, that's my thoughts on the World stuff. Let me know what you think. If there's anything I missed Anything you think significant regarding the Worlds, path to Worlds and stuff like that? I do think it's great that there's a path to Worlds for the SCC teams, and the even SOC teams have a path to Worlds if they play well enough, which I like. I'm a fan of that. It's good. Okay. And this week's games, yeah, look, 3 weekends left. We got Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then just Saturday, Sunday. So 3 weekends left of Phase 3 Smite before we move to the group stages. And this weekend we got Titans, Valks. I'm going to go 2-0 Titans. This is my predictions bit, by the way. I'm very quickly transitioning now. Bolts, Kings. Bolts looked pretty bad lately. I mean, they did beat the Valks, but up against the Dragons, they looked pretty lost. And there was another team they didn't look too great against as well, wasn't there? Warriors. Oh, they looked decent against Warriors. Warriors have looked good. Anyway, I'm going to give this to... Normally, these two teams subvert my expectations, so I would think the Kings would win, but I'm going to give it to the Bolts, because they always subvert my expectations. I'm going to say Bolts 2-0. That's what I've decided. The one thing you can expect with the Bolts and the Kings is that they won't perform as you expect against top level teams. Anyway, Bolts versus Leviathans. Leviathans 2-0. Bolts will be hot off a win, so they'll subvert my expectations by being terrible. Leviathans will have a pick and ban advantage here because they'll have seen what the Bolts have done on the Friday. Dragons versus Scarabs 2-0 Dragons. I do think the Scarabs were starting to look up, but they did get kind of slaughtered by the Warriors recently. They just didn't really do anything in that set, and the Warriors really starting to step it up. Only one game for them this weekend. We'll get onto that in a sec. Scarabs versus Valks. 2-0 Scarabs. Valks, I just can't predict them winning a game until they win a game, you know. And Kings versus Warriors. I'll go 2-1 to the Camelot Kings. That's what I'm going to go with. Pretty vanilla predictions, I think. Not very exciting, but that's what I've got. That's what I've got for you. Anyway, that's it. It's been a little while, so thank you for watching. Thanks for still checking out the YouTube channel. This has been a quick video. If there's anything you'd like me to do a video on next, let me know. My plan right now is to do one on the evolving visa situation and how it affects the 3 teams it affects in the Valks, the Kings, and the Warriors. Because I think there are some slightly more interesting things to talk about than you might expect. It's not as straightforward as you might think. Just getting the players out there and yeah. Anyway, I'll get into that in the other video. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, do that good stuff. I'll see you this evening for the SPL. Check out trying a weird podcast thing. It's on YouTube. You'll be able to see it. I'll probably get the recommended video from this, so you'll be able to see it from my channel. It's called Joust Chatting. It basically just spawned from that name, but it's planned to give a little bit more of a casual look into a casual chat with some pro players, get a bit more of their personality out there, and you know, just have some background smite. So check that out. Give me any feedback you want to give me. I appreciate all the people who have commented already with some good ideas on what to do. And that is it. I'll see you next time. Peace out, everybody.